Hi guys, my name is Grace and I have to speak slowly, so just slowly, softly, um just kindly turn please kindly turn your headphones on if you got one, the volume up because it's late now when I'm filming this. Anyway, I just thought I try to do at least bi-weekly with this divine masculine, divine feminine reading. So I'm doing a divine masculine reading today, and it's just this reading really gave me goosebumps after goosebumps. It's very interesting how far divine masculines have come. How are you all feeling? I believe I'm speaking to mostly divine feminines who are interested to know where their divine masculine is currently at. I don't know where my divine masculine is currently at. I was even looking for him in my dreams. He was there for like 3 days or something, and then somehow he wasn't there. I don't know where he's hiding at, but I feel like he's hiding, and I feel like most divine masculines are hiding still, but I feel like they'll be forced out of where they're hiding at. Anyway, I'll start with the reading. I have here this is the general mental state for the divine masculines, and I have here 5 of discs, or releasing the stock energy. I just feel like on their minds, divine masculines, they're feeling crazy in their minds. They're feeling lost. They don't know where to go. The good thing is they're coming out of their energy of feeling of abandonment, or feeling alone. But at the same time, I feel like most divine masculines, at least the divine masculines that I'm connecting with, they're spending time with other people at the moment, but I don't feel like it's really something that completes them. It's just how they cope. I feel like they're connecting more with people. I feel like if they're spending time with toxic people around them, they know what they're doing. They know that those people are toxic, and they're seeing that now. It's still up to them if they still want to hang with those kind of people, but I feel like the more they hang with those kind of people, the more they stay with those kind of people, it will keep sucking their energy, and they cannot handle it anymore. I feel like it awakens them more. It's not that I feel like divine feminines needs to really get rid of that belief that divine masculines are that their divine masculines are what's the word all I can think of is being naughty, like treating divine masculines like a child, misbehavior, like not behaving properly or something, because I feel like us divine feminines still have the tendency to control things, and like divine masculines, most divine masculines are men, I believe. So I feel like men's mind function differently than women, so they cope with things differently. I just like to believe that, and I really one book that helped me enlighten to this is The Queen's Code. So if you feel guided, if you really want to know how, get more understanding on how men's mind work, not just their divine masculines, but men in general, I recommend that book. Anyway, where we have here how their mental state, divine masculine's mental state towards their divine feminine, and I have here 10 of Wands in reverse. So I'm hearing this is surrender. This is surrender. Divine masculines, they're trying to fix things in their mind, in their mental state. Like, they're trying to fix things. It's not that they're not doing anything for this connection for you. They're mentally trying to get their shit together. But I feel like no matter what they do, it keeps breaking. Because they're still in their own ways, the divine masculines, they're trying to control things in their own way by getting their shit together, and they have an expectation that they have to be like, they're trying to control things, like we're both mirroring each other, but in a way that they're not trying to control the relationship like how divine feminines are. Most divine feminines are. Divine masculines that I'm connecting to, they're trying to control things based on their performance. They based their self-worth, they base their deservingness of this connection on the terms of how they will be able to provide. So they have an expectation, set high expectation for themselves, and meet that expectation. But it's like, no matter what they do to be able to meet that expectation, it keeps breaking, it keeps falling apart. So it's like it's forcing them to surrender. I feel like they are learning a lesson of surrendering to divine guidance. That's why no matter how they're trying to build something in their mind, but it keeps on falling apart. So they're surrendering. This is a completion. This needs to happen. So let's see their emotional state, how they're coping, what's happening. We have here the light of introspection. We have here the Crone card. This is the Hermit card in this deck. But the thing with Hermit card, instead of being represented by a man here, it's being represented as a woman, and I feel like that represents the divine feminine I'm getting. So in their emotions, in their heart, they have the divine feminines. They're getting light from their divine feminines. The divine feminines shining their light. Divine feminines are getting spiritually awakened, and it's awakening the divine masculines in their heart, in their emotions, in their heart space. And what's interesting with this, as I've read it from the book too, the way the author of this, creators of this deck, they interpreted the hermit, instead of being as a lone hermit, like spirit, because the hermit represents spiritual awakening. So divine masculines are spiritually awakening in their emotional space. But then this represents two people doing rituals to the crone. So it's like, you can still, this card represents community, being with other people. So you can still awaken even though you are with other people, even though you're spending time with other people. of course, there's in awakening, there's a lot of thinking that needs to be done. There's a lot of solitude that has taken place. That's the purpose of the hermit there, being alone, being in solitude. But you can still awaken. This card saying you can still awaken even though you're spending time with other people. Even though I feel like even though divine masculines are spending time with people, they might be out drinking or something, or playing and spending time with their friends. They can be like on there but not really there, like on an observation mode. You know, when you're like in the place, or like in you're like within a party, but you're not really in the party because your mind is like far, and you're just observing the party but you're not really there. I feel like that's what's happening, and it's making them think things like, do I really want to be here? What do I feel about this? What do I feel of what I'm doing? Do I want to change this way? That's what I'm really getting. And the change is like on their emotional space, more on what they're feeling. So we have here, what do divine masculines feeling towards our divine feminines? We have here the 8 of Wands to represent that. And this is, as you probably already know, this is about communication. This is about passion. This is like being determined. Like, I really want to. They're really like so determined and so serious about this. Serious about meeting their goals. And I just feel like, even though it's not happening right now, they really want to make it happen. They are as impatient as divine feminines are. Even though they're not saying a lot, they want to meet their goals. But I don't know, I feel like the more they push hard, the more it doesn't happen, the more it repels. This is communication. They really want to communicate, but it feels like they want something to happen first. And I really do feel like they're realizing that all their expectation, that they're learning that their expectation doesn't need to happen in order to really communicate. I feel like they want to meet their expectations, not really just in for this connection, but it's like more feeding their ego. Like, they have to be that person first. And I feel like it has something to do with their self-worth, because they're not feel worthy enough. They're trying to heal their self-worth by trying to achieve a goal or something, a goal that they've set for themselves, to be able to feel good enough to be able to approach divine feminines. But it shouldn't be that way. And I feel like they're learning that lesson. I hope this is making sense. Now, when I ask where the spiritual state, this is very interesting, very interesting. When I asked the spiritual state for the divine masculines, 4 cards came up from the Enchanted Map Oracles, and I was like, usually I don't take 4 cards at a time, but I was so feel guided to take those cards, and now I knew why. I have here the Coming Together card in reverse, then the Metamorphosis card, and then the Coming Apart card. all these 4 cards came in this order, and then the compass card. Divine masculine's message is, I feel like with the compass here, that I will find you. This is finding their way. For some reason, I thought this was like a snake. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this is like Kundalini awakening. For some reason, I thought this was a snake, but when I look closely, it's a frog. And that's very interesting because I have the frog here. Later on this reading, with how they see the divine feminines. But and that reminds me of the Frog Prince. But anyway, I'll explain these cards first. Now, with these cards here, this is like spiritual journey for the divine masculines. So first here we have the come together card in reverse. Obviously, this is what divine masculines want. This is what divine feminines want to come together. I just think there's delays. That's why this card is reverse. Doesn't mean it won't happen. The fact that this card is here, unions. This represents unions. The fact that doesn't mean that it's not happening. It doesn't mean that it won't happen. This card just says it will happen, but there's just delays, and delays for a good reason. The separation, this coming together card here, and coming apart. Very interesting. Both cards are here. This is sadness and isolation with the coming apart here. But this coming apart card is telling you, whoever is watching this, that to see the blessing within this separation. The separation made cause spiritual awakening. This separation caused people to take off their mask, to follow for the mask to fall away, to live more authentically in their life. People learn in this journey, especially in this twin flame journey, how to not base their self-worth on achievements, and they're learning that not based on money, prosperity, and at the same time not base their happiness through this separation, not basing their happiness on another person, and that learning that you can be happy now with or without another person, getting to that state. So that's the blessing, that's the good fortune behind this coming apart or separation. So we have metamorphosis. This just represents, because it's in reverse, how I've read it in the book too, it's just represents that it's still transformation, but in a way that transformation, when you're transformed, there's this need to shed the old, and how the caterpillar turns to a butterfly. It's really a painful process. It's not easy. It's painful. And that's just saying that it has been a painful process for especially divine masculine too, even though it might not seem like it. I feel like, they're not showing that it's painful. They don't want to show that it's painful, but they are feeling the pains right now of this transformation. I'm hearing like shedding light to the truth. What am I trying to say with this? Yeah, basically, what I'm just trying to say with this is that the process is painful. When you shed the old and let go of the old way of living, it will feel uncomfortable. So yeah, but there is transformation. In the end, divine masculine especially, they will feel proud of how they've become, even though it's like an unnerving process. And we have here the compass. This is divine guidance. This is telling that divine masculine needs to and is learning to have their compass stay on the true north, and the true north represents the divine guidance that they're getting. If they stay on that path, stay their true north on the divine, then they will not they will find their way. Even though they might feel lost at the moment, they'll soon will find their way and the direction to go. So that's what they're learning, to trust the divine with this compass card here, to be able to find the divine feminines too. Because what's very interesting with these cards, why I got goosebumps with this, because look how they're like both mirroring card, and it's all about reflections. Like these 3 cards here, it's all about reflections. Like I feel like these are only the 3 cards here, with, if I'm not mistaken, not many cards on this deck. And I believe these 3 cards are the mirroring, and it all came in one question. So that's very interesting. And I'm also thinking about reflection, like song that reflection song in Mulan is in the Disney movie, and I just feel like it's perfect too for this reading, because how it's like they're looking at their reflection, and the reflection is mirroring back to them. And I feel like divine masculines are mirroring their divine feminines, and I feel like they're seeing their divine feminines in their reflection. At the same time, the theme of that song and the movie, what it is about a person shedding their old ways and trying to live more authentically in their life. So I feel like that's perfect. So now the next question that I have here is how they're seeing their divine feminines at the moment. And we have here far, far away. Far, far away. I feel like what I'm getting from this is that divine feminines, they feel like they're far, far away right now at the moment, but soon they won't be far, far away anymore. They're trying to find ways to be able to be close to their divine feminines, and it's like through creative daydreaming too. I feel like they're trying to connect with their divine feminines through their dreams and like through daydreaming. That's how they see the divine feminines. They're imagining, whether the divine masculines thinking it's just wishful thinking for now, but I feel like through that daydreaming they're creating. Then we have our Keeper of Secrets. What's interesting, this card already came up from the previous reading I've done with divine masculines, but now it's in reverse. So it's coming out of this Keeper of Secrets energy. So what I'm getting from this is like secrets are coming out now. They cannot be kept in for longer anymore, because they will be forced out if divine masculine still try to hold on to them. Yeah, I'm hearing like it's like a ticking bomb, and it will just soon, explode, and it will be unexpected for everybody, even for divine feminines. Yeah. I just feel like this represents the divine feminines, because we have here the crown card here, and I feel like it represents the wisdom, and this made me this card also made me remember of the Ace of Swords, even though it's not on these cards. The fact that it made me remember that, I feel like that's about communication and telling the truth. So that secret will be told, that secret that they've kept for so long from the divine feminines too. It will be soon be revealed, even though there's still delays on that. That's why it's in reverse. No, actually, yeah. Even though it has been delayed, I feel like it soon will be known, will be communicated to. How they're seeing the divine feminines. We have here Barnabas and the prince, and I've mentioned the frog from the compass here. Like, I'm just getting like, I really got here from this, like, I will find you for the divine feminines. So, and this is like traveling. This is like, to me, represents a knight, or a prince in this card, not in a horse but in a frog. But a frog, like frog just made me reminded me of the leaf of faith, because they jump. So it's very interesting how I got that message. Taking the leap of faith, meeting their destiny. So basically, it's like they're just finding the direction. Once they find a direction, it doesn't take long for them to like take that leap of faith. Towards our divine feminines. And we have here 11. They're meeting their destiny. They know they're seeing their divine feminines or their their destiny. So that's really how they're seeing their divine feminines right now. Even though divine feminines might seem far away at the moment, these secrets will be told. Now, how they're seeing the connection with their divine feminines. We have here mother and daughter. Solace in reverse. This card, I don't know why this card came up in reverse. It just wants to come out in reverse. So this attraction, so much attraction. They feel so attracted to this connection, especially with their divine feminines. And I feel like this is about motherhood. So I feel like how they're seeing this connection, it's teaching them, especially it's teaching them self-worth with this, sharing knowledge. There's like this hidden knowledge it's like connected to this keeper of secrets here, because kept silent about knowledge. But now it's just a matter of time when it's this knowledge, this secret, this knowledge, this wisdom that they've gained will be shared to, and it's all because of this connection. They have this like really strong attraction. They feel so like they feel this magnetic pull towards this connection. This mother here might also represent having children, seeing this connection, the divine feminines they're connected to being the mother of their child. Yeah, I'm also getting like fragility with this with a daughter here. Divine masculine feeling very vulnerable, especially right now. But it's like with the solace here, it's already in reverse. So it's like they're not. It's like with the hermit card here or the crone card here. It's like how they're seeing this connection. They're not. They're detached. They're trying to detach, but they're not in hiding anymore. Like they're coming out of the hiding. And I don't know, I just, with the flower essences here and the flowers here too, I don't know, I just made a connection with this card, with the mother-daughter card here. Oh gosh, this looks like someone that's like holding a baby to me or something. And I don't know why my intuition, that's probably why my intuition is telling me to connect this card to this in that way. It could be something to do with a connection to a mother or a mother figure in their life, for some divine masculine. If they weren't nurtured enough, or the concept of mother is not like clear to them, or it's like different, I feel like it has something to do with that. Because if you didn't, if in their childhood they didn't really develop that intimacy and connection with their mother, especially for divine masculines, they won't be able to be properly connect and be intimate with another person. Or it could be that they will be too clingy. They will be afraid to be alone, so that will cause a person to stay in relationships that are on like a superficial level only. You're like not trying to not be alone, but at the same time not connecting on a deep level. So I feel like, yeah, it's has something to do with their mother, and I feel like they might probably, I feel like they're seeing that now, how it happened, and they're having like some sort of realization with that. I feel like that's why for some divine masculines, that's why how they're not able to commit to their divine feminines. At the same time, they're having to manifest a karmic relationship or another relationship that will show them that are not really connected to a deep level, that will show them, that is showing them what they need to heal. So yeah, hope all that is making sense. So we have here the shimmer, glamour, confidence, allure, and charisma. I feel like this is just really just the magnetic pull that they feel. towards this connection. I really wonder why it's in reverse. I feel guided to read it from the book, so I'll do it now. Shimmer in reverse. And it feels like it's the first time I got this card too. 145. You may feel, oh, it's all about confidence. Yeah, as I was saying, with the old self-worth and the confidence, feeling confident enough, especially towards this connection to face their divine feminines and all those things. You may feel that you do not have the confidence, the energy, or the appearance, or even the image to handle a meeting or opportunity that will soon arise for you. They're having this opportunity. It's time to really grab this opportunity now to be able to come to their divine feminines and have this union. But they're still working on confidence, and they know it. Yeah, it's like this separation was a time. It's a time for them to heal their confidence, to heal whatever they need to heal. And I feel like that's what they're working on. But instead, they're working on their image, on how they're working so hard on their image. And I feel like most divine masculines are pushing so hard on their image, fixing their image, and they're basing their self-worth on their image. Yeah, but the fairy wishes you to know that with the glamour, you can walk amongst any and be their equal. Glamour is not a mask or a disguise, but beneath its protection, we can observe and see what is truly going on without revealing all. Very interesting. Because what I was saying, it's like they are spending time with other people, but at the same time, they're on observation mode. And they're seeing what is truly going on. So, yeah. Without revealing all, you may feel a little less than regarding your appearance and manner in comparison with others you will be spending time with, but know that the enchantment of glamour is yours, that you can work with this magical shifting to become your own most magical self. So it's like this card's telling us that wearing a mask is not at all that negative in a way, but you can use that in your advantage. For now, it's not like you're gonna wear that mask forever, but it's like you're wearing a mask to be able to shape shift and observe and really see what's happening. Very interesting. I don't want to make this reading so long, but it's already long, and I hope you're still watching. Let's see what they're trying to heal. Divine masculines trying to heal. I have 3 cards here. So now I have here what they're trying to heal. Follow your own rhythm. What the actions they're doing, what they want to do about these fears, and how they're being helped, like the divine guidance they're getting, what they're supposed to do. These the actions that they're doing and what they're supposed to do. And we have here the Kali shattering the structure. So divine masculines fear during this time. They have a fear of following their own rhythm. Very funny though, like when you think about it. You have a fear. They have a fear, divine masculines. Not that it's not a valid fear, but it's just that they have a fear, but it's very ironic that the fear is following their own rhythm. It's like they have a fear that if they follow their own rhythm, it's like it will be slow paced and they won't be able to accomplish what they want to accomplish. There's so much pressure. They're putting so much pressure on themselves. They need to go with the flow more. They're learning to go with the flow more. And how is that happening? How they're getting help with that? As I've already said, what's happening is with the, how I explain it with the 10 of Wands here, it keeps on shattering what their foundations they're doing, they're building for themselves to be able to achieve whatever this image that they want to achieve before they come to the divine feminines, to be able to feel deserving enough of this. The how they're getting helped. Ever the Tower card, the divine giving them tower after tower. They're shattering the structure that they're building, and it's like shattering their ego through this. They're having an ego death because of that, and they're learning now to go with the flow more because of that. See how with their actions they're trying to hold on to this. With the Fool card here, they're trying their best to hold on to this and not really take that leap of faith, but because of like shattering of structure, tower after tower moments, their defense their defense are like shattered. It's like they're it's open and they're vulnerable, and I feel like they're soon gonna take this leap of faith. They're almost like forced into it, even though they try and cling on to the last piece. They're trying to cling on to their old life and beliefs. It's not happening anymore because we're moving forward to this new life, almost new way of being. So even though they might see this as like misfortune and they might feel disheartened by this, they're learning a lesson of following rhythm, their own rhythm. When they follow their own reading, it's like they're getting help from the divine. So yeah, their fears. Second fear is about every journey starts with a single step. Taking that step, as we have seen here, taking that leap of faith. How they're coping with it, what the actions that they're doing, building foundations with this Three of Pentacles here. They're learning to get help from other people. They're learning to have partnerships with other people. Before, they try to do it on their own, all by themselves, but they're like shedding that old way of being when they try to I feel like it represents with the 10 of Wands here, because usually the 10 of Wands is someone who carries everything and handling everything on their own, and I feel like this is like connected to that for some reason. Someone who's like having all these burdens here, and this is like they're looking at their old way of being. They're looking how they feel sad and burdened by that, and they're now, because this is Three of Pentacles, is someone that's building something with another person. So this like your partnerships, it's like it could be a career. So I feel like they're learning to get help from other people, and to have like partnerships with other people to accomplish their goal, and it's easier that way, and it's not at all learning to accept that it's not bad to get help, because we have a career. There's something to do with their career. I feel like most of their goals, it's something to do with their career, building themselves up, and it's for a good reason. They have a good motive, but they might just be not doing it in the right way before. They're doing it all by themselves, but now they're gaining wisdom. It's like also what I'm getting from this, it also looks like someone who's like taking the train to travel, yeah, like just waiting for the train to be able to move forward here. And then we have here how they're getting help within this darkness, because it seems like this is someone that's going towards the darkness here, and shedding the image that they have built for themselves before. They're finding the peace within the darkness that they're currently facing right now, even though they might feel lost. They're in the darkness right now because they're a caterpillar inside the cocoon, going through metamorphosis. They're feeling pain, they're feeling dark, feeling this darkness right now because they're inside the cocoon. They're transforming, but they're finding peace inside the darkness. Yeah, while being in the darkness. And they're needing to learn that how they're being divinely guided with this. They're needing to learn that yeah, they can get help. At the same time, it's not progress is not only made through making actions. Progress can still be made even though you're trying to keep still, because it's not only progress through doing something, it's progress through having like this enlightenment, having this like reflection, even though you're still and you're not doing anything. Because it's like divine masculines had this thinking that you have to always do something to be able to make progress, but it's not always the case. So I feel like that's the moon, that's the, I feel like the wisdom, and they're freeing themselves because of that, especially within their heart. And I feel like this is related to the secrets, that is the wisdom that's being revealed to them, because those secrets will come out soon. And then we have here another fears that they have. We have here another mirroring card. I feel like this is the union card, and it's very interesting because we have here the power of attraction card, and we have here another union card, like Kundalini awakening card, even though it's in the reverse right now, because I feel like this is like physical union, but this is like a spiritual union. So this is currently emerging a spiritual union that's happening right now. Soon it will be, this is like delayed at the moment, this is physical union, but it will happen soon, and the divine is helping the divine masculines on that. This is like how this came out in the fears, because divine masculines have a fear of connecting with another person, of this union. They find it very, divine masculines I'm connecting with, they find it very intimidating to connect. They feel vulnerable. That's why they were like in a defense mode, but they're learning to let go of the defense with the Nine of Wands here. That's how they're getting helped, because that when they let go of the defense for the divine masculines, that's how they're gonna be able to connect with their divine feminines and have this union, and have this true union and intimacy. Because yeah, this true intimacy, not only true like naked physically, but like naked like through a soul level nakedness. Now we have here the World card. This is how, what the actions that they're doing. This is like, I got confused with this a bit, because this is not an action card, so I had to really search this meaning of this. I felt guided to do that, at least. This is someone that is going through like completion. This is represents success. I feel like this is because divine masculines have put the divine feminines on a high pedestal. That's also why I got from this the World card here. um it's like what they want to do, the divine masculines, is not to is to keep every because I know that divine masculines are going through decisions. What they're trying to do is like trying to still keep their old life while going through this new life. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to balance that. But yeah. And all I can say from this is that they're saying the truth now. That they might have thought they need both and they can't let go of the other, but they know deep within their heart that within the choices that they're making, one is like higher than the other. And I feel like what's higher is like their desire for this union, this connection. And they didn't really fully know that before. They didn't really fully they probably already know that before, but they don't fully understand. So they're just so intimidated by this. They have a fear of this attraction. There's this desire that they have a fear of that. That's why this card, power of attraction, the power of this attraction, the intensity of this like attraction that they feel with their twin flame, they have a fear of that, and that's what they're trying to conquer, the fears. And we have, as I was saying, desires. This is what they're healing. There's desires, there's goals, there's passion, this craving, and the fulfillment of that. What they're needing to surrender to be able to heal that desires with their sacral chakra. This is like truly feeling confident, because they need to surrender their low self-esteem to feel truly confident and deserving of this what they're desiring, which is their divine feminine, because they deserve all this success, love, and abundance. So they're needing to release that low self-esteem. They really need to surrender their negative thinking, and they need to surrender to their passion. They have so much passion, the divine feminines. I've seen that with the fire cards here that came up with the wands card, because that's fire. They're thinking about their divine feminine. So that's something that's not that is very obvious here. They need to get out of their head and feel the fire in their belly, and focus on people or activities that ignite their passion, and just let it flow, which means going with the flow and letting go. They need to surrender to their desires. They're just, I feel like also they're overthinking it. And at the same time, we have here, what's very interesting here, surrender to creativity. They're hiding behind the mirror. And I've seen the 3 mirror cards here already. And that's very interesting, because when I saw this card, there's this like the butterflies here, the transformation. They need to just look in the mirror instead of hide behind it, because they feel so intimidated by this mirroring with their divine feminines. That's why they're hiding behind the mirror. That's why they're not transforming, but they're being forced to transform. And we have here all the mirroring cards here, with this coming apart card, the metamorphosis here, and the coming together here. I mean, that's just the message here. At the same time, they need to surrender to creativity, surrender to joy, and surrender this defensiveness. I feel like these cards just confirms the things that I already have explained. And it's because they're healing their crown chakra. Now, crown chakra is all about, whenever I get this card, it's all about everything that all the cards about the crown chakra in general. So it could be about inspiration. It's about the guidance, surrendering to that guidance, getting that inspiration and spark, being present in the moment, having that faith, and intelligence, gaining that knowledge that they've been avoiding. They've been avoiding the lesson. When they're avoiding the hardship, they're avoiding the lesson, and they're being forced to that. When they the divine masculines, when they the more they resist, the more it's painful for them, because they're resisting the flow. But all they need to do is to be able to be free. They need to surrender to joy, to what makes them happy. And I feel like this connection with their divine feminine is really truly what makes them happy, and they're depriving themselves of their happiness because there's so much fear that they have. Also, they just need to surrender to the creativity. They're receiving divine guidance through their crown chakra, but that's why they're needing to heal this crown chakra. This is all about knowledge too, gaining that wisdom and knowledge, because it's like on the head here. They're getting the guidance on how to be able to live their life and how to be able to really like find their way, because as I've already explained with this card, they need to set their compass in the true north, and the true north is where the divine is, the God is, and that's how they'll be able to find their way. And then lastly, their fears here. We have here the choice card. I feel like this is getting out of that fear of actually it's like healing, not about fear anymore, but it's healing on making a choice. There's a fear of change, and they don't know where to go, but they have to make a choice. Fear of making a choice. They feel like but instead of pushing hard, I feel like what I'm getting from this card is that they don't really have to make a choice. Actually, because what I got from very interesting cards, 3 cards I got, is they need to surrender to non-action when making this choice, surrender to silence, and surrender to effortlessness. So through making this choice, they don't really have to really push hard on this and be impatient and push hard onto this making a choice. They need to really sit and keep still, observe, meditate, and be on like a silent mode and surrender to non-action. Because I feel like what the divine masculines tend to do is that they hurry themselves on making the choice, and like but they need to stop look and listen. What I'm hearing, stop, look and listen first. That's why we have a surrendering to non-action, which is very hard to do, because they always want to like I'm getting that chariot energy to always like keep moving forward, but then they're being forced to non-action here. That's why all their plans, the foundation they're trying to build, tower moment happens, and divine does something, and it's like it falls apart, because they need to surrender to non-action. They really need to think before they act. They need to surrender to silence, and they need to surrender to effortlessness. So I feel like with the 3 cards here is very telling. They need to go with the flow here. And I'm seeing 11 here. Stop pushing so hard, because the art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. I hope that's making sense. So now the messages for the people that have picked this card. Actually felt guided to do it as a pick a card at the last minute. So pick your card, and I'll do this one first. 1, 2, 3. I'll do this one first. Message for you is time to go. The sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenues in your life. See the beauty within each sunset in your life, and know that the sun will also rise again tomorrow. Endings are merely the start of a new beginning, and we are with you through each pace and cycle. There's endings and beginnings happening in your life. It's time to go now. You're overstaying. Yeah. Whether it's a job, it's a situation that you're in, you're currently overstaying on that. That's probably why change is not happening in your life, because you're meant to go. Now for you, for the people who pick this card, number 2, law of attraction. Each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends. So invest wisely. You have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with love, peace, and harmony. At your request, we will gladly attune your energies to higher frequencies. Keep your thoughts positive, so that's what will come to you. So that you only attract what you desire. Now for the people who pick number 3, focus on service. Focus on your path right now. Focus on what you're doing right now, and whatever that is, focus on your passion. Focus on your own mission. Your soul desires only to joyfully serve and to swim in a constant stream of bliss. This stream continuously feeds you everything you need. Put your entire focus upon staying in this stream of giving and receiving in every situation and in all that you do. Keyword here is receiving. As much as you give, you should be able to allow yourself to receive. So yeah, that's the messages. I hope this reading resonated. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you all love and light.